as the people slept in a little small town called Clearview Haven. Nothing could be seen or heard except the silence that lurked in the night. There was no movement and no shadows moving about in the streets of the old town until a sudden loud boom shook the grounds and a sound of thunder could be heard miles away. And then there was this silence again. What was that? Asked Diane as she sat up out of a deep sleep and looking around. Diane got out of her bed and looked out of her bedroom window. And to her surprise, in the dark, up under a streetlight, there stood a dark, shiny figure of what appeared to be that of a man with a long leather coat on and a hoodie, just standing there as stiff as a statue. As Diane watched him within the blink of an eye, the man's body lifted up into the air, and as he rose higher, Diane could see flames of fire up under his feet, as though he was a rocket about to take off. And that is exactly what the man did, and he disappeared into thin air. Holy shit, said Diane, because she couldn't believe what she had just seen. Diane looked at her alarm clock, and it was 3:40 a.m. in the morning. And she desperately wanted to pick up her phone and call her best friend Joanna and tell her what she had seen. But it was way too early, and besides, Joanna might not believe her. Diane got back into bed and lay there thinking about what she had seen until she fell back to sleep. As the skies grew lighter, the morning started to set, and it was now 6:30 a.m. in the morning. And the sound of Diane's alarm clock rang in her ears until she reached over and turned the alarm clock off. She got out of the bed, made up her bed, and then she went into the bathroom to take her morning shower. When she was all done, she got dressed, grabbed herself a cup of coffee, grabbed her car keys, and headed to work. Diane works for a big law firm in Memphis, Tennessee as a paralegal assistant and has been with the company for over 10 years now. When she arrived at work, she parked her car in an assigned parking spot, and she rushed inside of her job and proceeded to her desk, where she sat down and just stared at everybody that was there and sitting and walking around. Hey, lady, said one of her coworkers, who was just walking by at the time. You all right? He asked. As Diane stared off into disbelief of what she had seen in the early part of the morning, she quickly came out of thought and answered to her coworker named Josh. Yeah, I'm fine. I was just thinking about all this paperwork, you know. I have to have it done by the end of the day. Oh, okay, said Josh. Well, in that case, I will see you later. Diane smiled and then turned her attention towards her computer and began typing. The more and more she typed, she could not get out of her mind what she had seen. Diane stopped typing for a moment to call Joanna, but Joanna's phone just rang and rang, and then Diane hung up. Diane started typing again, and then suddenly, ring, ring, ring. It was Joanna calling. Diane answered her phone. Hey, babe, said Joanna. I just got to work, was running a little late. I swear I didn't sleep very well last night for some reason. Really? Said Diane. Really? Said Joanna. I wanted to call you, but I wasn't sure if you were awake. I didn't want to wake you in case you were asleep. Oh, girl, you could have called me. I was woke anyway. There was this loud booming noise I heard. This loud boom noise I heard that woke me up early this morning, and it felt like the ground shook. Okay, everyone, that is my book called Thunder. It is a series and can be found on Amazon. Written by me, Horrez Plater.